Oh, he completely died. Stream completely ended. Okay, so sorry about that little bit of prod R or prod a little bit of a problem on our end here. We are, again, sorry about that. We will be hopping back in to Ilios here at the moment, but as we were, as we got disconnected there, we did see PP Plunderers find an early pick there on to the Lucio there for Sirens. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they kind of follow this up here. I don't know if the teams are playing, if they paused. So once we get back in, we're going to be able to see that.
Yeah, I mean, that was looking really good on the side of PP Plunderers, though. They get that early pick off the Lucio, leads to Sirens not having that rotation ability. So maybe they can, get a nice little clean speed and engage, maybe get another pick off. I mean, what are you looking for here on this one?
I mean, you kind of mentioned it before we got disconnected there, that the Bash had already used their assault mode, so a lot of that damage pretty much out there, and they're only on legs at the moment, so maybe you see, everyone on PP Plunderers there focus in on that Bash, and they can just kind of just walk past the Mei. It becomes really difficult for the Mei to really do stuff by their own without them hitting those dings.
Yeah, so I mean, the Bastion's looking like kill target. Mei also didn't have Cryo Freeze, if I remember, so DPS looking real squishy at the moment. Very, kill target ability there. So let's see what they can pull out once we get back in here. Any second now?
Yeah, it should be any moment here that we should be able to get back in to actually seeing the gameplay. I believe they're playing. Yeah, they're playing.
And we are back. All right, PP Plunderers have 89% on that point. They also have the Mei Blizzard. Looks like Sirens has 2 ultimates, though. Uber Heavy with the Terror Surge and with the Blizzard. Terror Surge. Window comes out as well from the side of Plunderers. See what they can do. Uber Heavy's looking real low right now. Uber Heavy goes down, so does Bodoc and Chef. CCG also trades it out for the bad piece, but it won't be enough, it seems. Sad Luel just goes down with the rest.
Yeah, with Kraken taking care of GCG there, that will be PP Plunderers taking that first point, and because of problems that we had there, we couldn't necessarily see that one there. But with that percentage that we're seeing from Sirens having, PP Plunderers had to win that fight once they unpaused it, or they had to win that fight once we lost connection to the server there. So they probably played that one perfectly there. You did see King Yakko use that Blizzard there towards the end of that fight, opened up a lot of space from here. But now as we head to Lighthouse, this is one of the maps we talked about having those environmental kills come into play here. You look at the Sirens here, Uber Heavy and Sad Blue Whale both have the opportunities to to be able to find some environmental kills with the Javelin, with the Boop, and with the Javelin Spin for Uber Heavy. When you look at PP Plunderers, King Rex is the only one that can potentially do something on that far. You do also have Keegs coming out on the Mercy as well, so they do have that pharmacy combo here. And if you're the Sirens, really the only person that can take care of them is Chef, unless you want GCG looking up at the sky.
Yeah, I mean, having that pharmacy comp with only one hit scan, and that hit scan being your Bastion, I mean, it's a real tough call to make when you're looking at it. I mean, let's see what they do. And Nate does come out hitting Sad Blue Whale. Doesn't seem to get much value off, though. But Bodoc is also getting real low. This far spam is just really laying into him. See if they can make a play here, maybe get a TP off from the side of Sirens. But it doesn't seem so. Just a lot of that spam coming out. Kraken does lose their mech, so they are down the tank technically. They are just in a baby diva form. Let's see. Oh wow, Bodoc is just hitting those right clicks, it seems, just sniping people from all across the map.
Yeah, the right click got a little bit of a buff here recently, and there was one moment there that kind of changed that fight for the Sirens. You saw Sad Blue Whale actually get antied there, and King Rex was not able to finish them off there. King Rex, though, coming up on their barrage here. If they can sneak in behind everyone on the Sirens, that is going to be a team fight winner almost immediately.
Yeah, I mean, if they can get a clean barrage out, it's just, they have so many abilities to get through it. They have the eat, they have, just the immortality field. They might be able to get beat up in time unless they get it out fast here. King Rex is looking for it, though, going in from the behind. Lamp is already out. Gets it already down, but no! It's eaten all up, and they go down by Sad Blue Whale. He's trying to get the res, but it does not seem to work. Oh, Ana goes down as well from the PP Plunderers side.
Ooh.
This is looking.
And speaking of environmental kills right there, yeah, Uber Heavy's not going to get credit for it because Chef was able to demech Kraken there, but I mean, I'm surprised we're not seeing a swap come out from PP Plunderers on this Pharmacy combo. I felt like that you had that one barrage there to try to catch him off by surprise. You barraged into the Immortality field, which was very interesting, but Uber Heavy was right there using the Javelin Spin, basically ate up all the damage and found no value with it. Sirens, though, holding on to both their support ultimates here and about to come up on both their DPS ultimates as well. They're looking at a very good spot right now. However, King Rex already up to 80% on another barrage.
Yeah, I mean, Pharah, when she hits those directs, she gets a lot of ult charge, so even without getting those picks, securing that ult charge just means a lot more. Bob coming out from the side of PP Plunderers. Let's see if he can do anything. It does get on point, getting that touch. It forces both of the support ultimates. Bomb coming out as well. Doesn't seem to get anything. Kraken is down, though. King Rex getting Chef out. The res is coming out. Barrage coming out, getting Sad Blue Whale. King Rex dies in the process. Keek's also dying for the res. Does not seem to get it, though. Ana and Ash touching the point. Doesn't seem to do much. Ana going down there, followed by the Ash. Fortunately, point going to Sirens.
Yeah, and Sirens, they played this map perfectly, but honestly, PP Plunderers, Sirens allow PP Plunderers to play this Pharmacy combo because they had to engage them to start anything. Sirens, it was all about bunkering down on that point, forcing PP Plunderers to come to them because they wanted to have King Rex pop up with those barrages, but because Uber and everyone for Sirens was playing inside the point, basically once they heard the rockets start coming out from King Rex, it was just, okay, I'm going to walk and Javelin Spin into all of them, eating up all the damage, not finding anything from that. No one else on the PP Plunderers was able to get anything going there. So Sirens played that map perfectly. Now, PP Plunderers, again, going to come out here on the Pharmacy combo, or at least teasing us with it at the moment. Really no big swaps other than King Yakko now going over to the Bastion. But Sirens, I mean, that last comp worked really well for them. I would not be surprised if we see Bodak here swap off the Symmetra after a TP, but looks like they're going to stick with it here, at least for the start of well.
Yeah, I mean, they ran it down last time, and it seemed to work really well. I don't know how this King Rex on the Pharah is going to work here, though. See if they can make it more value than they did on last time. Especially with a Kraken on the Sigma. Seems just to be a nice little poke battle going on right now. Love a good poke off. Nothing real. A lot of spam. See if we can get a pick out. Ooh, Bap got real low. GCG getting real low on the side of Sirens. Chef already at 1 HP. This might be a good pick, but no. No secure. Lamp does come out. Oh, Bodak does get picked early from that wall. Chef getting out as well. Chef does get the Baptiste in response. That means they only have Mercy healing on the side of PP Plunderers. Let's see what they can do. Both healers on the side of Sirens. Can they keep up their tank? No. Oh, Sad Blue Well does go down from the King Rex. There we are. That is that fight.
But right now,
sorry.
But right now, if you're Sirens, and especially if you're PP Plunderers, you see Sirens run play in that room right off the point, and you're staring at King Rex and Keeg saying, oh my goodness, this is exactly what we want. Now you're seeing the counter farmers come out from the Sirens as well. They want to try to force PP Plunderers into certain spots where it becomes a lot of value for them, but PP Plunderers, their comp is kind of has a lot of mobility, a lot of freedom to it. The boop almost coming out there getting Kraken, but now if you're on the PP Plunderers, I mean, you have to try to find someone to shut down this Pharmacy combo like Sirens has to as well.
King Rex getting a barrage on the GCG real early. That could be, it's good for them. Let's see if they can do anything else with it though. There's a lot of aggression onto the PP Plunderers back, into their main core. Anything else? Bodak goes down. King Rex is really putting out the pressure now. Kraken getting uber heavy out of here. And there goes Chef. There they are.
Sad Blue Whale, though, able to find one pick there at the end, which is kind of big for them, especially finding onto King Yakko, who does have that Blizzard ready to go. But you kind of saw the PP Plunderers kind of play that perfectly. They got rid of everyone else for the Sirens so that they could all focus on the Pharmacy. They found Chef first, then Sad Blue Whale, but they accidentally let Sad Blue Whale pull out the pistol, find the kill there. King Yakko, though, going to be able to come back. They do have that Blizzard ready to go, so watch out for that and the Ant Matrix from Gucci.
Yeah, I mean, Ant Matrix is a really deadly ability, or a deadly ultimate here. Both of them coming out on both sides. Chef getting Gucci out with the barrage. Sojourn getting a kill on the Kraken. King Rex getting Chef out as well for a trade. He gets the res, but King Yakko goes down. Can they make this work out in the end? CG getting King Rex. It does look like a fight sided for Sirens here. Yeah, the rest of Plunderers just kind of falls down, really unfortunately.
And if you're Plunderers, you take that fight. You let them win that fight there. You force out a lot of ultimates. Yeah, Bodak and Uber have their ultimates ready, but you look at yourselves here. You have a Blizzard, you're gonna have a Barrage, you're gonna have a Flux. Your two ultimates, or a couple ultimates there that you could pair up with that Flux. I would imagine it's gonna be the Blizzard and the Flux. I feel like those are two very underrated kind of combo ults there. But again, it comes down to how well these pharmacies can play, and if one is able to find an early pick.
Yeah, so we're seeing right here is Chef is going for the really aggressive play here on them in that corner. The Flux does come out from Kraken. He gets 3. Can they break the lamp in time to get the value? Doesn't seem so, but he breaks it. Oh, and King Rex with the Barrage getting out 2. GCG and Bodak going down. Let's see if he can finish it up right here. Blizzard coming out as well. The Sad Blue Well goes down uber heavy, down as well after using the Terracer. Didn't get anybody. And then Chef is the last one standing.
And PB Plunderers take the point. Overtime already commenced here. Bodak, someone has to get back in touch, but no one is going to be able to get back in touch in time. And the PB Plunderers, the 6th seed, taking the first map of the night here. And throughout it, I mean, they looked really good, even though we couldn't necessarily see what happened mostly on Ruins. But, I mean, both Sirens and PB Plunderers played the points that they won almost to perfection. You have to go back to Lighthouse, where Sirens, they held on point right here and just kind of bunkered it on point and allowed the PB Plunderers to come to them and won every fight. PB Plunderers, when they had that more space that we saw on Well and Ruins, they were able to have that flexibility to go around, find those picks, and they really did that to success here, winning that first map here.
Yeah, I mean, they got a really strong lead, keeping their mentals really high as well. I mean, that first win is always usually a mood setter for the rest of the series. So let's see if Sirens can keep their mentals really high here. They're in a good spot so they can come back really strong for the next map. Well, PB Plunderers, they're riding that high off the last win.
Yeah, absolutely. And you have to remember, best of 5 here, first to 3. So PB Plunderers puts himself in a good spot here. Winning that first map, always, like you said, gets you that little bit of a mental, lets you build that momentum a little bit, build some confidence. That's what you really love to see here. But Sirens, they're that 3 seed for a reason. I feel like they're going to be able to bounce back here and win this next map. I believe it will be hybrid. And most of the time, I feel like when we're talking about hybrid, we're talking about going to King's Row.
Yeah. Unfortunately, though, we will not be seeing my love, the King's Row will be going to Hollywood. So let's see what we can bring out there. A really good map for these teams. So we can see the possibly some more dive. I know that we saw that from PB Plunderers on the side of Lighthouse. Unfortunately, didn't work out so well for them, but maybe on this map, they could get some more value on it.
Yeah, and you kind of already mentioned it. Hollywood is a huge dive map, especially the first point. But after that, you could see dive kind of go away in favor of maybe a poke, maybe you bring back out that Orisa again. Once you get past that first point where you have those high grounds you really want to try to play on, it gets into a little bit, like I said, more pokey, more kind of brawly if you want. Yeah, there's still the high grounds, but the other teams can kind of have easier access to get up to those high grounds to try to even out the fights here. Sirens picking this map for a reason. They feel like their dive is probably going to be a little bit better than PB Plunderers here. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they want to necessarily play this, because you don't have to run dive here. You can run poke, you can run brawl, you can run a ball here if you want.
As much as I'd love to see a ball come out today, I don't think it will. But, I mean, that is a great point. I mean, this map is as versatile as Ilios with how much you can play with it, especially with the difference in the 3 points. Like, dive good on the first, you might see some more poke on the second, and maybe a brawl on the third, you know, those really long, or some more poke with the long sight lines and the easy rushable spots. But, I mean, we'll have to see when we get in here. But, what comps are you trying to look for here right now?
I mean, like I kind of said, this first point definitely does play itself into a little bit of a dive. You want to be able to get into those back line high grounds where you normally see the supports kind of standing. The high grounds, though, is definitely the hardest thing here for those attacking teams. You have that one right there at the choke, and like I said, that backline high ground right there inside or right next to the room where the cart is. You want to try to get your support set up there. If you're the defensive team, if you're the offense team, you want to try to get rid of those supports incredibly fast. But you know, going on to second point, dive still works. Maybe still might be the preferable comp, but I feel like you kind of mentioned, poke is a little bit better on the dive on the second point push. Third point, I feel like it's up in the air. It kind of is what's working for you at that time. I don't really feel like if you make a swap there, it will necessarily work out for you, because you kind of know how to beat the other team already by that point. If you make any swaps, you only allow the other team to have ultimate advantage and kind of already have a good idea of why you're making those swaps.
Yeah, I mean, that alt economy, as you said, is a very, very big part of this game. So if you keep swapping up your comps every point, you're not gonna have any ultimates to use during fights, and you could really start losing those team engages. You know, start getting picked out early from things like a window or a bob, even a barrage if we see the Pharah come back again. So we'll see
Yeah,
what
that
they kind of run on.
Yeah, that'd be incredibly interesting to see the pharmacy come back out here. But I mean, PP Plunderers, not necessarily against playing it. I feel like if they can, they will. But you're actually seeing Sirens come out on it here first. But they're the attacking team, so they have some time here to kind of think about it. But you look at PP Plunderers. King Yakko coming out on the Widowmaker here. They're definitely trying to play some sight lines here. And there are a lot of good sight lines on this first point of Hollywood. But you look at the rest of their team, a high damage dealing team. And that kind of leads into this whole thing that we kind of saw last round with the PP Plunderers, but they were running the Mercy instead because they were running that Pharah. Now, they're wanting to be very high damage because Sirens, you look at them, yeah, they're bringing back out the Mercy, they're bringing back out the Pharah for that pharmacy combo. You have 3-4 members of that team that can shut that down pretty instantly. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Sirens switch to if they don't find any value with the pharmacy comp.
Yeah, I mean, Pharmacy comp is a real dangerous gambit here, especially because you're down just basically 2 members of your team for a minute there until they can get that good engage. Bodak already getting really low. See what they can do. Sad Blue Whale's also getting pretty low. There's a lot of good damage coming out on every one of Sirens players here. Nothing, no picks confirmed from Plunderers though.
Yeah, each team just going to try to, get control of the spots they want. Sirens focusing on this high ground right now, but you're seeing King Yakko find Chef there.
Yeah, King Yakko finding Chef, King Rex finding Sad Blue Whale. I mean, Sirens just not getting in that engage they want, so they have to try and back out here without feeding in any more kills. No swaps coming out. Sorry.
Yeah, Sirens backing up now. You do see Bodak there try to go up, get that grapple shot just to try to find themselves an early pick. A little bit of an opening allows them some space to play, but, PP Plunderers in good spots right now, especially with Kraken on this high ground. They have to force someone like Chef to go up there, and they get the boop to get them on even playing field and the sleep.
Yeah, when you're Kraken right now, you're not a happy camper right now, getting this triple stun treatment right there, but he does seem to live it. Getting lamp out from Big Smog. But let's see what else they can do. GCG, my apologies, finding Keg Smog, and King Yakko finding Bodak though for the trade. Bodak getting res, Chief finding King Yakko. Oh, King Rex finding Chief. Let's see what this is going. There's a lot of trades going on here in a pick battle. Let's see what they can do. Nearly 2 ticks on the point from Sirens. Will Plunderers get a touch? King Rex finding Bodak. Yes, they will. Sigma touched it from the side of Plunderers. King Rex is trying to find that pick. Nanoflux coming out from Uber Heavy. It seems to be getting one already. King Rex finding the trade on into the Sad Blue Whale. Mercy is down. See what else they will do. Chef finds Keg Smog again. A lot of back and forth going on here. Uber Heavy getting real low, but the nade does come out to save him. They can get GCG's out. Uber Heavy's 1 HP on the point and down. Wow.
And so far, PP Plunderers, I mean, they're able to kind of keep this point in their control, and you have to give a lot of credit there to King Rex and Kraken for doing so much. You did see King Yakko come back and get those 2 picks, but hey, Sirens are still here, and they just res their Ana.
Yeah, I mean, they got that res on. Bodak getting King Rex going out. Let's see what they can do. The Alari on the side of Plunderers is just getting chased down. Kraken, they don't get the touch. Unfortunately, they use the Flux to try and get it, but they do not succeed.
Yeah, an unfortunate play there from the Plunderers, especially with them losing a lot of their members here. But hey, they're still holding on to 4 ultimate now. You just did force out the Valkyrie there from Sad Blue Whale, but Sirens, they're going to have a barrage of their own and a visor here. So you're going to probably see counter visors out when one of them decides to use it here. But now, Bodak, the grapple shot, you love to see it there. And that provides them a lot of free space because remember, King Rex has kind of been a thorn in the side of the Sirens so far this round.
Yeah, I mean, King Rex on that Sojourn, you got that nice overclock one-shot ability. Gucci is getting a pick on the Chef, though, and King Yakko on the Sad Blue Whale. I mean, they're seeing some pick potential on the side of Plunderers as well. Let's see what more they can do with it. Gucci does get picked from Uber Heavy with a rock from the skies. What more can they do? Backing up the point here, looking for the pick from the side of King Yakko. Let's see what we can get. Unfortunately, no pick there. Woo. Oh, the barrage coming up, but getting canceled, unfortunately. Uber Heavy does get the pick on Kraken. See what they do. Keg Smog is just looking for that ego window. Love to see it. Getting on Bodak. Swapping over to Uber, getting him too. Onto the support line he goes. See if he can 2v1 them. Now he decides to back out, and it's not worth that fight.
And one thing that the PB Plunderers, especially the support line, has not been afraid to necessarily show off so far this series is that they're not afraid to be aggressive, be frontline characters on those supports. And like I mentioned before, they're playing two high damage dealing supports. Some would love to call them, DPS characters that can heal. But right now, I mean, you're seeing Gucci still holding on to this Captive Sun. Uber though can cancel that out. Same thing with GCG. Either Uber can grasp it or just use the shield to kind of disrupted in the sky. Another grapple shot from Bodak just slightly misses there.
Yeah, that grapple shot would have been hefty, but Uber Heavy coming out with the flux. It does get the Baptiste. Uber Heavy gets nanoed as well. Lamp comes out. They're running it down. They don't find the Baptiste, but will they find another? Does not seem like they will. Securing the high ground. It does fall to that balcony though, which is an interesting positioning choice. Let's see what they do. Gucci still has this nice Captive Sun coming out. Chief does find King Yakko. Ooh. Bodak getting the pick on a Gucci there on unfortunate turn of events. Sirens looking to turn this around for themselves. Yeah. Oh, King Rex though. I spoke too soon. My apologies. Getting the pick out. Let's see what happens. Sad Blue coming out with the Glock. Doesn't seem to get that pick, but does get the res off on Chief. Ooh, does not save Uber Heavy though. King Rex does secure that pick. See if PB Plunderers can get that engage going out. They have the Captive Sun out onto the Widowmaker. Trying to just force her out. Bodak is not looking happy about that. Bodak does go down from the Captive Sun. Yana is getting poked at from Gucci on the top high grounds here. Just a lot of good poke coming out here.
Yeah, and Sirens now backing up. They realize they lost one. They don't really want to go in and stagger themselves out here, feed a little bit. Especially with Gucci using that Captive Sun, they're only really focusing on the Widowmaker. Able to find them eventually, but hey, that's still a huge ultimate that you got them to use there. You're seeing them go swap over to the Ana now to do a little bit more healing and maybe find those sleeps on ultimates like the Barrage, like the Flux there from Uber. But now you're seeing this ultimate fight come in here right now. PB Plunderers will have the advantage here at the moment, especially with Yakko finding Sad Blue Whale.
Yeah, that pick on the Mercy makes Chief's life really hard. Chief already pretty low as well. I mean, Window coming out. Window does have, or Kickspawn does have Window. Kraken with the Flux. Flux does come out. Let's see what they can do. Yeah, King Yakko not finding Chief going down. And so does GCG and Bodak. It is just Uber Heavy on the point here. Does not live long.
And if you're
5 seconds on the time.
If you're Sirens, if you're able to get back here and able to come back in, you get the touch there from Sad Blue Whale, but I don't think anyone else is going to be able to get back here fast enough. Bodak is swapping over to the Tracer, but again, not going to be able to blink their way there. And PvP Plunderers with a great hold here on the second point push. They stuck to their guns, they stuck on the Sigma, and it worked out really well for them there. And honestly, Sirens did take some time. They had some fights there, but just King Yakko staying on that Widowmaker was a great play for the PvP Plunderers, and I talked about it before. King Rex was a huge thorn to the side for the Sirens. It always seemed like they were able to find one or two picks in moments where they weren't really supposed to find any. You saw one right there where they were able to find Chef there and force out not only the Valkyrie but the res from Sad Blue Whale, but at the same time, because of that, Uber Heavy got so low that even though they got that healing beam on them, they quickly died right after that, and you saw the Sirens back up off that here. Now, with these teams swapping sides, Bodak going over to the Ash Chef. Not going to be playing the Pharah here because you do see Sad Blue Whale playing the Brigitte instead. PvP Plunderers though, King Yakko teasing us with the Genji pick, while no one else on their team, well, the DPS line is swapped, but no one else on their team really making any big swaps here. The Yllari worked out really good for them, even though Gucci only did find that one Captive Sun kill there on to Bodak, but it did help them because Sirens peeled back out after that, not wanting to stagger into any more kills.
Yeah, I mean, Alar is just such a great character right now that, I mean, I don't see no reason not to play. King Rex is going back on that Sojourn. Sirens out with the Winston, it seems, coming out here. Winston, Ash. See what they can do here. A lot of spam, a lot of good, pick potential as well. Yeah, go looking for that nice sight line here. Potentially trying to look for a pick. See what they can do. Kraken putting that poke out onto Uber.
Yeah, and now that PvP Plunderers knows that the Sirens are running this kind of dive comp here with Uber on the Winston, King Yakko has a little bit more freedom, especially once they see that bubble go down like they do there.
Yeah, I mean, finding Bodak early is really strong for them. Getting a headshot onto the Winston, will they be able to secure the pick onto that? It's a lot of damage. They use Lamp. Uber Heavy getting it out. King Rex does find Uber though. It's a real tough fight for the rest of Sirens now, especially when Sad Blue Whale does go down.
Yeah, and you're seeing the rest of Sirens peel out after here. You're already seeing some swaps come out from Uber going over to the Sigma. I honestly expected that. They thought PP Plunderers were going to come out with a dive of their own there, and when they didn't, everything kind of went downhill for them in that fight. Sadly, Will not making a swap here is kind of interesting to me. I don't think the Brig really works into what they're trying to play, but hey, I'm willing to see if it works out for them here. But again, King Rex and King Yakko have basically been able to do whatever they've really wanted to do here. They've been killed, but it seems like if they get the space, they're going to find you a pick or two.
Yeah, I mean, usually we don't see either of them go down, or we don't see them both go down together. It's usually one or the other, so when one's down, the other one's getting a pick, like King Rex getting on Bodak right here. King Yakko trying to get that pick on his chef, but it seems like Gucci finishes it off for him. They're getting some good progress. King Rex on the cart. GCG goes down. Gucci's looking for these final blows.
I mean, yeah, they should be. They're on the Alari. Alari does kind of dumb amount of damage, especially with the rest of their team already doing a lot. One good shot from the Alari will kill almost any squishy character. Now you're seeing Sirens go back again. We're seeing some swaps come out here from basically everyone. Bodak going over to the Bastion, Chev on the Mei, and a whole comp swap here. And they're definitely just trying to slow down the Plunderers here. They want to be able to find a pick, but who are they going to find on, especially when they don't even notice Gucci?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, it's Gucci on that jail high ground. I mean, Kicksmall finds GCG early, and you don't want that. Chef going down. I mean, the point's at 1.8 meters. It's a really good fight here. Gucci goes down, but Kraken fights Bodak, gets the flux off, and it's gets stunned out of it, unfortunately, from the Javelin. See what they can do now. Overclock coming out on the side of PP Plunderers. Uber looking real low. Uber goes down. Sad Blue Whale might be next. Lamp is coming out, but they do not get the touch, unfortunately. Point goes to PP Plunderers.
And PP Plunderers, even being the underdogs in this series at the moment, or in the series coming into it, have looked like the better team throughout. Sirens had some moments there on Ilios, but on Hollywood, a map that they picked, other than maybe a couple fights, they did not look like they were comfortable into what PP Plunderers was running. And at most times, it was exactly the same thing they were doing, except King Yakko here King Yakko running that Widowmaker almost to perfection, it seemed.
Yeah, I don't know what aim labs they're running, but I want it because of the way they were hitting those shots. I mean, they hit so many clean, crisp headshot there. Same with Rex, and I mean, even the Alari, just hitting those great headshots, and just, I mean, it makes such a world of difference when you can secure easy picks like that. So,
yeah,
coming out like that.
Yeah, and we saw Gucci starting to pick up a lot of picks there at the end, and it was because the rest of their team was basically playing distraction for them, allowing them just to have that side angle. We saw it there at the very end. Well, everyone for the PP Plunderers up on that high ground, you saw everyone for Sirens rush to get as close to that high ground as they could. But then you saw Gucci right there just taking pop shots, not afraid of dying at all, and they just looked so great for their team there that last round.
Yeah, I mean, Gucci right there just trying to make sure he can solidify any pick potential possible. Maybe even get out those util that they saw. They had Lamp out pretty early in that fight. You know, just really solidifying that they might win that because that's such a big util. I mean, and losing their Baptiste really early for the side of Sirens is just unfortunate.
Yeah, absolutely. But with that being the end of our second map, we're going to take a quick halftime break here and then be right back with what could be our final map of the series.
halftime break. We're looking at PP Plunderers and Sirens. My apologies. Coming out, or PP Plunderers 2-0 for Sirens. Fortunately, we're going to Suravasa. So Dextron, what are you looking for this map?
Flashpoint is all about playing fast. At the start, when Flashpoint first came out, it was about playing those rush comps, playing those dive metas or comps as well. But we've started to see that slowly go away and slowly start to come into a Jungle Queen brawl, a Sigma kind of poke battle. And we have seen the occasional Reinhardt come out from time to time, but again, you want to try to play fast. A Lucio is almost a must here for each team. Same thing almost as a Mei at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, those brawl comps are real strong here. I mean, those, the rush or brawl, you're running it down on. So, I mean, that's what we're gonna see here today. I mean, maybe we'll see some spice it up. Maybe we'll see the dive comp. I don't know. Maybe someone will feel a little funky today, but I don't think so.
I mean, we have seen the Sirens, play the dive comp there a little bit on the defense there for Hollywood. It did not work out for them really all that well. It was basically one team fight and done. So while I don't expect it, they have at least shown us a dive. When you look over at PP Plunderers, we have seen mostly the success they found is off of Sigma comps, and they have worked really well with them so far.
Yeah, I mean, Sigma really being the dominant tank right now. So, I mean, running it down on that tank, I mean, it doesn't seem that, obtuse to try and play the best tank in the game right now, but just depends on what you have your DPS and your supports on. I mean, Sigma's really flexible with what he can do, so you could run that nice little poke comp, or you can run it with a brawl even. I'm seeing a lot more now, which is really cool. So, I mean,
Yeah.
we're gonna see what they run in a few seconds here.
Yeah, absolutely. And you kind of did bring up a good point there. Sigma at the moment is a very, very flexible tank compared to a lot of their other tank counterparts here. They have a good shield, they have a good ability, which eats up a lot of damage, and hell, they have a good stun. And then just their normal primary fire does a decent amount of damage as well. A good amount of follow-up damage, especially if you hit someone with an accretion. You can pretty much find them out there with a pick. But now you see both teams coming out here. Sirens coming out with an Orisa. Remember, we saw the Orisa work out really well for them back on Lighthouse on Ilios, but that was because they were able just to bunker down on point. PP Plunderers bringing out the comp that we expected them to be running here. The Sigma, the Bastion, and the Mei. The Mei is a great pick. You see each side picking it for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, but the Sonic PP Plunderers not picking the Lucio is a really interesting one. Siding with the Ana instead. I mean, looking for those anti-nades, just a little extra healing as well. But it's going to make them in a deficit versus the Sirens here, looking for an aggressive push. And Lamp coming out from GCG. No picks coming out just yet. Massive anti-nade, getting uber heavy, already down. He is already trapped out. Chief going down. It's looking like a side for the Plunderers, unless there's some pick potential coming out. King Rex just running it down as well. King Yako and King Rex, man, they are some forces to be reckoned with right now. Kraken does get the final pick on GCG.
Yeah, someone needs to shut down the two kings for the PP Plunderers here right now if they really want to be able to get themselves back in this one. Sirens, though, did cap point first. So they do have that 28% cushion they have right now to slowly wait to come back in. And again, you talked about PP Plunderers not coming out with that Lucio, but it almost played out a lot better for them because they didn't. That anti-nade that the Ana has is so much more valuable than what the speed could be for Lucio here, and we saw it right there. But Uber Heavy needs to start taking control of the point. They need to start building some space for their team.
Yeah, I mean, they need to start doing that, and it looks like they are, but Uber Heavy gets walled off a little bit. Window coming out from Plunderers. Looks like they get a pick. Uber Heavy goes down. The Sojourn in the backline. King Rex is just mowing him down with that window. King Yako finds one, and so does Kraken. But wow, that cushion they had is no longer there.
And essentially right now, if you're the Sirens, you're going to be able to come back out, but you question whether or not you really re-engage into a fight here. Already 75% and counting. I imagine we will see a re-engage, but if they play this smart, they don't engage. You saw them use ultimates last time. You're coming up with ultimates of your own, but it looks like they want to take another fight here. They want to take this first point.
Yeah, I mean, they really want to play the aggressive. Gucci looks like getting a really good nade coming out. Bodak does go down. Flux coming out. King Rex hit that pick, though. Window does come out from the side of Sirens. Will it get any value? Doesn't seem so. Kraken is running it down with King Yako in the backline. Uber Heavy does find King Rex with a nice little stagger, but that's that was a Terra Surge from Uber Heavy, unfortunately.
And you heard me say why right there. It was just you. Unless you're gonna make a swap right here, if you're uber heavy, I don't see the reason of even popping that. And at the moment, you're not. That would have been such a great ultimate to start the next flashpoint with. But now you see people plunderers coming with a blizzard and artillery strike of their own. Sirens has the same thing here, but they also have a beat coming up. They'll be able to let them survive that blizzard that King Yakko has here.
Yeah, playing on Temple here at this point. Let's see what they can do with that. Maybe a Blizzard engage or even an artillery engage. Force out B. It's a really good tough call. There goes the Blizzard. Let's see what they do. Gucci falls off the map, unfortunately. Kraken goes down next. King Rex does find the pick on an Uber Heavy. Maybe Plunderers can come back from this overclock coming out from Bodak. See if they can get that nice pick. Oh, King Rex with the artillery. It does find Bodak nullifying the overclock coming out. Does PB Plunderers win this even after the unfortunate demise of Gucci?
I mean, sadly, Will is putting up a good fight, but on their own right now, especially with the Amp Matrix coming out here from Keegs, it's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, that's such an unfortunate loss for Plunderers, turned such an enormous gain. I mean, that was really, really well played from them. Sirens looking to come back here with a Blizzard and the Sound Barrier. So let's see if they can make a good play with no ultimates on the side of PP Plunderers yet. Closest being Kraken with the Flux.
Yeah, and Sirens, they have to try to win this fight here. They have a beat, they have a Blizzard. Like you said, no ultimates for PP Plunderers. If you're Chef, you engage with the Blizzard here early, especially with Uber Heavy going very heavy into their ultimate or abilities to get in.
Yeah, there it goes. I mean, Bodak's getting two on Gucci Man and King Rex. Uber Heavy finds Kraken. Sidewell does find King Yakko. So there it is. He's just jumped off the map like his other support brethren.
Yeah, you know, they had to both do it at some point there. But hey, if you're Sirens, having that only need the Blizzard to take the point there was huge. Now you have a beat, you have an Amp Matrix, and Uber is coming up on another Terror Search here. People Plunderers, though, they're going to have a Blizzard, they're going to have a Flux, they're going to have a Nano, and they're going to have that Artillery ready again here. So this is going to be a pretty good fight. Sirens, they might need to pop that Amp Matrix a little bit early here and to try to win it incredibly early and fast. Ooh, that's not how you want to start.
Oh, Keeks finds Chief, though. Lamp does come out. Bodak is not in it, unfortunately. Does go down as well. Sad Bluewell finds it as well. Anti-net on the Uber Heavy, not getting any heals there. Does get pinged by King Yakko. Keeks finds GCG in the BAP duel. Yeah, it's...
And sadly, Will used the beat there at some point during that fight. But again, Sirens played that a little bit too aggressively there. They wanted to try to meet PP Plunderers a little bit early, try to force the fight, and they did. But hey, the Ice Wall from King Yakko was the difference there. It sectioned off 3 members of the Sirens, and you saw 3 members die immediately. Sirens, though, they have 2 ultimates coming in this next fight, but look at PP Plunderers. 4, they do have a little bit of a disadvantage because they are coming all the way from that last point while Sirens got good spawns. So this could be a really good fight, but I am watching out for King Rex or Kraken here to engage with their ultimates to start off.
Yeah, I mean, those are some really good ultimates to go in for. But Uber Heavy fighting King Yakko, unfortunately. The Blizzard does come out. There goes the Terror Surge from them. It doesn't seem to get anybody besides a Lamp. King Rex does find Uber Heavy, though. Nano. Sigma Flux does come out from the side of PP Plunderers. Kraken gets 2 in it. Doesn't find a pick off of it, but still gets Bodak low. Unfortunately, GCG does get picked by King Rex on that artillery strike. 13% for Sirens. 2 and counting for Plunderers.
Yeah, and Plunderers, yeah, they had to use 3 ultimates there, but hey, they won the fight. You did force out, you know, the one ultimate that the Sirens did have with that Amp Matrix here. And if you're Sirens, again, maybe consider swapping some of your comp up here. I don't think this Orisa has necessarily been working out how you really hoped it would, but PvP Plunderers, they're in a really good spot right now. They have a Nano, they have an Amp. I would imagine the Nano will come out onto someone like King Rex, and just so that they are able to just melt anyone. But you do see the Amp Matrix come out from them first.
Yeah, unfortunately, Gucci's not there. They did get picked late last fight, so they're still walking back as this fight does go on. It does seem that 3 will go down from the side of PP Plunderers. Unfortunately, Kraken and Gucci are there, but I don't think that will be much longer. Nano does come out for PP Plunderers onto Kraken. Will Kraken 1v5 this? I don't think so, but it would have been nice to see.
An interesting idea coming out there from PvP Plunderers. They have that 2-point advantage, and they wanted to just have it be where, hey, if we win one more team fight, retake the point. There's no way Sirens are able to come back into this point here. But now they're going to kind of wait for everyone to come back out before they re-engage here into a fight. Sirens, though, the one Blizzard, again, was basically all you needed. Now you're coming up on an artillery, a beat, and that Amp Matrix. Uber Heavy, if they are able to land a couple abilities, will be able to have their Terror Search here. But you look at PvP Plunderers, they're down immensely in that ult economy. Sirens, this is your point to lose.
Yeah, I mean, Sirens is looking really strong on this point here. Lamp does come out from PP Plunderers. Doesn't seem to be going good for them right now, but Bodak does get the pick on the King Yako. Might solidify this fight as over, and they might just have to go to the next point here.
Yeah, and if you're Plunderers, you're okay with Sirens taking this one here. Like I said, you already are on map point, or yeah, map point here. You don't really need to re-engage, and if you do, you're really just hoping that you see something like this. You're seeing ultimates come out.
Yeah, the window coming out from GCG, unfortunately, but they do have 3 stocked up on the side of Sirens with Artillery, Terra, and Beat, and they're really close to that Blizzard. So, I mean, we're going to next, they're going to Ruins, which is more on the side of PP Plunderers, being really close.
Yeah, Sirens has to run all the way across the map, but they do have that Lucio the speed boost them there. I would not be surprised if they try to see if they can take a fight, especially with King Yako and Gucci right there. That'd be a really good start for them because none of them have ultimates right now that you'd be afraid of. But Sirens, you're coming in with a beat, a Blizzard, a Terra, and a Artillery here. Again, you're looking pretty good here. PP Plungers does have ultimates of their own, but again, it really comes down to what ultimates find value.
Yep, there comes the Artillery Strike from King Rex. It doesn't seem to get anything besides the Lamp, which can still be... Sadly, Will does get picked by King Yako. King Rex gets the Bastion trade out. And Kraken gets uber heavy. There goes that fight. Just Chief remaining. There he goes.
And I talked about what ultimates find value there, and honestly, the 2 ultimates that we saw come out there from PP Plunderers found no value. It was instead just good team play from them that found all the value for them there. Able to win that fight. You have a Blizzard now, you're about to have an Amp and a Beat. Sirens, you're holding on to 4 here. You want to be able to win this point fast, and you know the last 2 times Chef threw a Blizzard down, it was able to win you a team fight by itself. So get into a good position and be able to use it there. You might even try to pair it up here with the Terror Surge from Uber.
Yep, they're coming in here for Terror Surge coming out. Not available for them. Kraken does go down. Uber Heavy finds 2 with the Terror Surge. And that is that fight. Nice little 5k going out. Team kill.
And hey, even better for the Sirens there, all you needed was the Terror Surge. You don't use the Blizzard. That's a huge win there for you. You're still holding on to 3 ultimates. You're about to have a 4th with your Amp Matrix coming up there for GCG. Your PP Plunderers, you use your Amp Matrix in that last fight. You're down a little bit here. And you're starting to maybe feel your grip on this map sort of go away because the Sirens have been able to win a couple team fights here now.
Yeah, Sirens really looking to... They look like they really refined it over that break. So maybe they got their mentals back, maybe got some water, but they're coming out with an Amp Matrix here, really shredding into them. Beat does come out from the side of PP Plunderers. Blizzard also as well. Beat coming out from the Sirens as well. Will give them anything to do. Kraken goes down side Blue Whale. They don't have the speed anymore. Artillery coming out from Bodak. Does it get a pick? It does not, but it does split them away. It looks like Bodak's going to fall to King Yako and Keg. See what else happened. Kraken gets uber heavy. Unfortunately, King Yako just starts running them down again. The Kings of PP Plunderers are nothing to be reckoned with.
85% though for the Sirens there. You're still holding on to that Blizzard from Chef. However, you look at PP Plunderers, they have that flux that could stop them from even getting to this point. So if you're Sirens, you need to play fast here. That flux, if you get it up to about 90%, there's no way you're getting to touch point in time. So again, speed is key here. Speed kills. You have a Blizzard, you have to use that very early.
Here comes it out, and maybe you are right, but no, they do get a touch. Bastion is in the Gravitic Flux. He does get lamped out, saving his ass. Chief is definitely getting... Chief gets a touch, I think so. I saw Blizzard as well. Let's see what happens here. Uber does fall, but so does King Yako. Bodak falls as well. Kraken's low. A lot of really low targets coming out, but it seems like Kraken just gets the 2 picks that are really needed for this fight. There it goes.
And with that there, a team kill ending the map, ending the series. The PP Plunderers come in as the 6th seed and will leave as the underdogs with an upset over the number 3 Sirens to move on to the next round. Honestly, that was the best map that the Sirens probably had, but just a couple mistakes there at the end really put them in a bad spot, and all that the PP Plunderers need to do was just capitalize on those mistakes, and they did that to perfection.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, when they had that flux and they were just waiting for the 90% on the side of PP Plunderers, they just let it happen, They took this fight slow, and when it got to that low percent or that high percentage, they know they could really just win this fight with a flux, maybe stall them out. They hit it, and they really did see that value. They did get the touch on the side of Sirens, but it didn't seem to get much value. Blizzard came out, doesn't seem to freeze anybody. No picks came out of it. It's really unfortunate for them.
Yeah, like you said, the Blizzard did come out there for Sirens, and they did not find anyone there. I think they threw it down into the middle points, so everyone for PvP Plunderers is able to get around to the edges there, be able to keep themselves alive there, and that was such a big ultimate for them there. Like we mentioned, basically we had seen them throw down 2 Blizzards before and win team fights on their own, and to have it completely drop off the face of the earth like that, like it did there on that 3rd time, is just sad for them. But hey, Sirens, they still had a great season, number 3 overall seed, but I imagine this is a little bit painful for them, a little bit too early of an exit. They would probably be thinking for themselves here.
Yeah, I mean, Sirens is really sad to be let go of here, but I mean, it's how it is in the final tournament, or the final season, or the final weeks of the tournament. My apologies, English is hard. So I mean, Sirens, we'll see, maybe hopefully see them next season coming back real strong, get their practice in, you know, maybe few more tournaments under the belt, and we'll see them come back stronger than ever.
Yeah, but PvP Plunderers will be moving on to their next round to face one of the losers from the upper bracket. But hey, this has been a great night of Overwatch. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, this was really great here tonight. I love to see this kind of gameplay come out. Real dominant performances from both sides. Sirens, even though they did lose this, they showed their all, and I love to see it.
Yeah, that will do it for us here tonight, Booze. I want to thank you. I also want to give a huge shout out to CBF and Orange. They did a great job getting all the angles that we saw here throughout the night. I also want to wish everyone a happy early Halloween. Make sure everyone stays safe tomorrow night, whether you're trick-or-treating or just sitting at home. But that will do it for us here at Tranquility. Remember, there is another game tomorrow night. Make sure you tune in for that one. Good night, y'all.